We're live. I will be right back. Please enjoy the view up my nose. Okay, excellent. Okay, oh, don't do it. Sorry I'm late. My tripod just broke. One of the legs fell off. So I had to rig something up really quickly. We'll see how it goes. I'm afraid to touch it, so if this is a little bit crooked, I'm sorry. Let me plug this thing in. Oh, don't ruin the tripod. Do not. I can't. I mean, I was trying to plug the phone in and the tripod was just like, no, I'm not going to work anymore. The damn leg fell right off. Hi you guys, let me shut this door real quick. Oh. Okay. All right, here I am. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so we are about to do a quote-unquote Virgin Mary deep dive. For those of you, we got a lot of new people, so for those of you who've never seen one of these before and you don't know what you're looking at, I don't technically call this a channel. It's not really a channeling. It's more of an incredibly in-depth reading. Incredibly in-depth. I go way out and way deep. So I call it a deep dive, and information just sort of comes through. I don't acknowledge the chat when I'm doing this. So you guys can chat amongst yourselves. Again, if you want to get on the chat, then you have to click the link, click the YouTube link, make sure you're watching through YouTube and not through Patreon, and you're signed into your YouTube account, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves. Typically after the deep dive ends, we talk a little bit and I answer questions and stuff. But again, it's not really a channeling. I mean, I say that, I use that term, but it's not really what happens. And I would also say this, with this kind of stuff, it's not like a regular reading where I make a prediction and then we wait and see if it comes true. Those can be validated or invalidated. But what this is it's really it's interesting, and it's entertainment, and it's a spectacle, and it's something to watch, and it's very cool. A lot of people like to watch the deep dives and then go and see if they can find anything that sort of verifies what I've said in the deep dive. A lot of it can't be verified, so we just sort of have to take it as it is what it is. So that is if you've never seen one of these before, if you've never been here before, that's my disclaimer. Don't take this as gospel unless something can be proven, and a lot of it can't be. So just enjoy it for what it is. Okay. I'll tell you this too, is I have this goddamn awful sinus headache. My teeth are hurting. So we'll see how well we do. Okay. Okay, this is really interesting. The first thing that I'm getting is this is once again, it's a split. So just like when we were doing the Jesus thing, it's we have historical figure, you have energy. So what I'm immediately getting is energy, and it is, I will tell you this, it is divine feminine. I mean, like the embodiment of divine feminine. It's a purely feminine energy, and it's high. It's real high. It's actually, to me, feels higher than the Jesus energy, which did come through as very masculine. This is, well, no, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that when I was looking at the historical, that was more masculine, but the Jesus energy was more neutral than anything. This is flat out feminine. Weird noises. Just flat out feminine. And it's high. I mean, it's up here. It's way, 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 way up here. And it moves differently than the Jesus energy for sure. Which is interesting. So there has to be a divine masculine equivalent to this energy, and I don't know what it is. It's not, you know, quote unquote God. It's certainly not Jesus, because again, that was way too neutral. But there has to be a complement to this, and I don't know what it could be. What else? Okay, so this is not an intelligent energy. It doesn't make things happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't do things. But it's like it's mother. It's the mother. I mean, this is, and it's weird because it's fully separated out from other female deities. So it's you know, it's not like you can say, oh yeah, you know, Hera and Mary, same thing. Absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not. So it's fully different. But it is. It's an energy unto itself. And then what's really weird is there's like, for me, there's these sub energies of Mary. So there's like this Mary energy, quote unquote, which really is just divine feminine, and that's kind of the name that has been given as Mary. I mean, it literally is tinged like feminine. I mean, it's female. It's there's no, I mean, I've never felt anything like this, really. It's definitely not neutral. It's definitely female. End of story. And then there's these like little sub energies under it of Catholic Mary, non-Catholic Mary. But that's human created. So what I'm looking at here is these layers. Like here's your quote unquote real, if you will, Mary energy. That's I don't think it was created. I think it was always here. Because it really is, it's just divine feminine. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, divine quote unquote, but I mean, it is the feminine energy. It is the feminine energy. I mean, I don't know how else to put this. It's not intelligent. It's not, so there's a lot of different stuff going on here. I'm going to try to be articulate. We'll see how well that goes. But it's sort of like you have your historical figure, and then you have this, I'm calling this energy Mary, but I mean, it's not that. This is, but again, it's not confused with other female deities. It's just this big, massive ribbon of feminine energy. And it is the divine mother. I mean, it's here. But then I have all these little sub energies of like, this is the Mary we believe in, and this is the Mary we believe in, and this is the Mary, you know, we believe in, and so it's like you have the main heading, and then you have all these subheadings. And then historical figure, we'll get there. I don't know if I'm going to get anything on it, but this is the energy. This is what it is. And honestly, I think I remember speculating that Mary energy was man-made. And to a degree it is, because we have all these little subheadings. But this energy that I'm sensing, it's just pure feminine energy, mother energy. It is the mother. So, I mean, and the closest thing that it's coming to me is it's Native American. That's, oh yeah, oh, heart chakra's starting to go. It's Native American, so it's the divine mother. I mean, this is like, you know, the great mother. This is what it is. That's the closest thing I can give you. It's not the church version. It's not the Catholic version of quote unquote Mary. That gets into weird stuff. That's a weird energy, actually. That's actually a really weird energy. So I'm going to try to describe this if I can. So I'm looking at divine mother energy, and That's the high. I mean, it's so high. It's so high up there. It's so high up there. It's really, it's weird. It fully feminine, fully mother energy. I mean, it's literally like there is no masculine to this, you know? And like I said, there has to be a masculine complement somewhere in general, right? But I'm telling you, this isn't, oh, the masculine and the feminine come together. No, this is purely female. It's purely tinged female. I mean, it has an actual gender to it. You know, it's what you would characterize, well, I don't know if you want to call it a gender, but it's what you would characterize as feminine energy, and it's mother energy. And it is like mother, like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm watching over you. I'm taking care of you. And it's weird because it's just like that Jesus energy, where it's just this like band of energy. It's just this like ribbon of energy that's just there, that you can access. You know, that anybody can access, anybody can get to it, anybody can embody it, you know what I mean? But it's not, I mean, the Jesus, I'm making comparisons here. The Jesus energy was like pure love, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh shit. This is different. I'm not saying there's not love there, but this is, and that was like really joyful. This is way, way, way different. This is like, I'm gonna cradle you. I'm gonna try not to swear, but like, I'm gonna cradle you. I'm gonna breastfeed you. I'm gonna nourish you. I'm taking care of you. Now it makes sense why Native Americans, the Great Mother is the earth, because that's what the earth does. This is not earth energy though. That's a completely different animal. But like this, is this making any sense? It's coming fast and hard, and I'm having trouble making sense of it. So, so there is this great father energy. Oh, I see. Ah, okay. So God, there's a breeze. I will tell you this. There is a breeze coming through this room, and there are no windows open. So God, as we see God is the you know, okay. So divine masculine energy has basically been co-opted as the God. That's a problem. Okay, I get it. Okay, so here's the divine complement. I'm trying to find it in our world. And it is this masculine father energy, which is really, really protective. But people took that and said, oh no, this is God. God's a man. Here we go. I mean, they just literally like said, no, and God is like something completely different, like completely different than what you're looking at. So, oh my God, this makes so much sense. Is this making sense to you guys? So you have your father energy and you have your mother energy, and they are ribbons of energy. The mother energy is actually higher than the father energy. I'm not sure where Jesus is falling on my little energy spectrum here, but people, the weirdest stuff is happening right now. So people took this male energy and we're like, oh no, that's God. It completely knocked the female energy to the side. Neither one is God, by the way, but that's what it is. So there is this divine male complement energy to it, and they sort of, frequency wise, the she energy is higher and the he energy is a little bit lower, because he's a little bit more down to earth in a way, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not bad, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, you know, the man energy is shitty. It's not like that, but it's she just happens to be a little bit higher frequency wise. She makes me feel higher. The man energy is like, it kind of brings me back down into my body, like, okay, you're here, whereas I'm up here somewhere. So they do complement each other. I mean, they run side by side. But people took this and said, oh, that energy, that's God. That's the man is God. F the woman, we don't care about her. She's lower than God. And they run right beside each other. So where? I don't know what is going on. The weirdest, like, it's not in my head, it's actually out here. And I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it's like Tibetan bowls, like there's these weird, I mean, it's got to be coming from outside. It's got to be coming, I don't think it's in my house. This is weird. This is weird. It stopped. But it was like when somebody like placed the wine glasses even. You know what I mean? It's gone. I don't know what it was. I mean, just as it could be just a funny coincidence. But anyway, so really the Mary that we got a bunch of different things going on here, which is actually super annoying to me. but I try to access Mary energy and I immediately get shown, okay, this is divine feminine, this is divine female, this is the feminine energy. Yes, there's a masculine complement to it, but I'm telling you, she is here, he is here. So it's not like they're side by side. And that, I'm not saying this is in a hierarchical kind of way where it's like she's above him, but just frequency wise, she's higher. She makes me feel higher. And she's more nurturing and he's protection. So I mean, it's very like hunter-gatherer type stuff here. And okay, so and what's interesting too is these both of these bands of energy, they don't really do anything. I felt like the Jesus energy was more active, and these are just sort of there, and they're more passive. So really what you're looking at is she, he, they, all right? You know, Mary, man, Mary. It's not God, so I'm not going to say that. It's man, Mary. I don't know what you want to call it. And then Jesus. So it's I mean, you have these gendered and non-gendered representations here, which is really interesting to me. What else do we have here? This is way more than just a deep dive on Mary. I'm going to get to all the little subheadings because there's a bunch of them. And some of the energy is actually very, very dark, which is interesting to me. But what I've got, again, is just, this is divine feminine. And then you have divine masculine. And they do complement each other very much so. But the divine, oh, I just got a head rush too. Shit, this is going to be a wild one. Divine feminine energy, again, it doesn't feel active. It feels very passive. But the divine masculine energy to me feels very, very passive. So it's like this stuff doesn't do anything. It's just sort of there. And, you know, if you need to tap into it, you can tap into it. And I think it's just sort of hanging around. There's a breeze in here. I don't know what is, I mean, I'm telling you, this is so bizarre. But, oh, okay, information coming through. So, oh my God, this is going to be wild. Okay, I got to get this out. So what I'm being shown and told now is this, that ancient, like back in the day civilizations, way more advanced, they knew more of what was going on. Like they got it better than we do. We're like in the dark ages basically, but they had this knowledge of these frequency bands. Even the Jesus frequency, which was not called the Jesus frequency, was something else. But they had this knowledge and they were able to understand it. They spoke about it. They knew what it was. They knew it was there. It wasn't able to be utilized. So, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, take this divine feminine energy and we'll power our ancient cars with it. I mean, it wasn't anything like that, but there was an awareness and it was like, yes, this is here, honor it. This is here, honor it. This is here, honor it. Like they lived by these certain principles. I'm telling you, there were these ancient civilizations that got it. They may not have had airplanes, but they got it and we don't get it. We've lost a ton of knowledge. We've lost a ton of knowledge. And what happened was, so I mean, I must be going way, way back because I mean, this is like before Greek mythology, before Roman mythology. Like I'm way over here. I don't know where the hell I am right now. Okay. And I'm also being shown like lots and lots of more water on the earth. So God only knows when this was. I don't know. Somebody can figure it out. But I'm being shown like a ton of water, like a ton of water. I'm not saying great flood. I'm not saying that like, it's not like, oh, there was a big flood. I don't know, but they're showing me like way more water. But there were these civilizations that like got it, that just like they had so much way, way, way better knowledge of operating frequencies and they honored it and and then where was the shift? Where was the breakdown then? Because this is what I see is, okay, you know, they're really operating on a really high frequencies. They get it. They get how stuff works. They get these really beautiful energies. They know how to use them in a way. But again, you're not powering a car here. I think they just use them internally. Like they get it. And then there's this shift and it's like, it's gone. It's just gone in like the blink of an eye. I'm not saying this is Atlantis at all because it was really widespread. So it was basically the entire earth. There might have been pockets here and there like sheer ignorance, but more or less it was every every large civilization on Earth had this knowledge. And then I feel this shift and it's just broken. There's like a break. It's like continuous break. And now we have this stuff that we're dealing with now, which is crap. This is, people don't know how to do stuff anymore. And there are still pockets. There are still pockets, and it's mainly indigenous civilizations that have bits and pieces. If not, some of them may have full knowledge of what happened before this break. But by and large, we are ignorant idiots. Oh, this is crazy. But there is this break, but I don't know what caused the break, and I can't see what caused the break. But it's like, this is how we do things, and we're doing it right, break, and now you don't know what the F you're doing, you're idiots. This really is the Dark Ages when it comes to stuff like that. It's full. I mean, when they're showing me it shifts again. You don't get all the knowledge back for thousands of years, apparently. Yeah, that's what I'm being told, thousands of years. You don't get all the knowledge back, but it starts to come back, and it's starting to come back now, and people are starting to pay attention some more. But there was a time where not only were these energies honored, but they were fully well known, fully acknowledged, without mythology. So that's like an important piece that I'm being given here is there's no mythology surrounding it. There was no like stories. It was just like, this is a thing. This is a thing. This is a thing. Like this, you know, the he, she, they energy. It's a thing. And I don't know how they worked with it. I'm being shown this, like they worked with it. I think healing bodies and creating things, real big, powerful, creative energies here that we don't know how to use, that we're using a fraction of, if that. Wow, this is wild. Okay, there it was again. Can you hear this on camera? It sounds like somebody's doing the wine glass thing. It's weird. No, somebody was just vacuuming. I heard somebody vacuuming, but it's not in here. Like, you know, every once in a while you'll hear like a tone in your ear and you're like, what is that? No, this is out there somewhere. Wow. Okay. No, you can't hear it. I don't know. It's faint. It's really weird. But anyway, okay. I lost my train of thought because the wine glass thing keeps happening and I'm like, what is that? I know I heard some guy vacuuming out there, so it wasn't that. It was like the two different things that I was hearing. But they used to be able to make stuff grow, is what I'm getting to, by using this energy. Like they would make things grow. That there was no famine upon the earth. There was never any famine at all. Period. I mean, it does sound like a higher frequency, but I'm not hearing it in my head. I'm literally hearing it like out there somewhere, but it does. You know when somebody does that thing and they make that high-pitched tone with the wine glasses? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I keep hearing that, and it's like coming off and on. It's been 20 minutes already? Good Lord. Okay. Okay. All right. I hope y'all know I'm wearing my Patrick Swayze shirt, because when you channel the Virgin Mary, this is what you wear. FYI, you wear your Point Break t-shirt. You know the sound, okay. Okay, so what else do we have here? Yeah, there was no famine upon the earth. I mean, there was prosperity, there was peace. People knew what they were doing. They were connected to all of these energies, and so they didn't have, I'm telling you, they didn't have war. They did not have it. Did not exist. And then there's this break, and this is so bizarre. So there's like, I see this, and then there's this break, and then it was like all hell broke loose, more or less. It was like the knowledge was just gone. So and it seems instant. I'm sure it wasn't instantaneous because we're talking geological time, which is very, very, eons or milliseconds in geological time. So I'm talking about, I'm sure it wasn't instantaneous, but it feels like it was just, I'm literally seeing like a broken conduit gone. So I don't know how the energy, I don't know how the knowledge of these energies was lost. And again, like I'm telling you, they were able to make things grow. They were able to heal people. They were able to heal themselves, heal the earth. And it was like things happened quick. There was no war. There was only peace because they were all tapped into all this energy, but they were using it. And again, I don't mean they were using it to power their cars or they were using it somehow internally. There was no illness. And when people did fall ill, it was like, we got this handled. I mean, it was like practically Wakanda is basically more or less what's going on here without like the flying spaceships. And everybody was really connected and could feel the connection between feminine, masculine, and they. So it was like he, she, they. Everybody could feel the connection to each other, which is why there was no strife. Because they were like, I can't, you're me, I'm you. I can't mess with you, I can't hurt you. Really like an incredible amount of respect and honor that is just, it's just gone. So this is weird. And it's not, again, I mean, if you're just tuning in here, I'm not talking about Atlantis because it's the whole damn globe. This was practically universal. There were a couple of pockets where like they weren't connected, they weren't hooked in. I don't know why, but they were tiny. And it seems like isolated, like on islands or something. Again, and the whole thing was like way more water. Way more water. And I wonder if that's why we don't have a ton of evidence of this. I mean, this is way back. I'm telling you, like people. But pre-Roman, pre-Greek. Okay. So, okay. So, and I've got a message here also that's coming out. Damn it, my foot's asleep. A lot of distractions in this reading, which is super irritating. So the message is this, that you as individuals can recover some of this knowledge simply by living in honor and really like daily tapping into these three energies and really respecting these energies. I'm being shown also there are other energies out there that don't have names, that you don't know about yet, that you can't access yet. And I use it like it'll blow your top off. That's what I'm getting. Like you can't get there yet. Like you got to work your way up to that. You can't just jump into the deep end, I guess, is what's going on here. But they're saying like if you can access this power, absolutely. It's all here, and bits of knowledge may even come to you, is what they're saying. Like it'll just like you'll just go, oh, I know what to do with this. Like bits of knowledge may come to you just randomly, but they're saying it was power without power, because it was power, but they didn't know it was power. You know what I mean? Like they didn't want it for power's sake. So I don't know what the break was. Can you show me the break? Oh, seems like a meteorite or something. Something crashed. Something came. Something just pretty much decimated everything. So I don't even know when this was. But that's what I saw as a big thing hitting the earth, and like that was it. That's why it was the information just sort of disappeared. It didn't disappear all the way because people survived. And I think those people became indigenous peoples throughout the world that have the same, kind of ideas here. But that's what happened. That's why there was a big break. Something crashed. Something big. I mean, I'm talking like meteor, like huge. And it was just like, that's it. Game over. Knowledge mostly gone. But people did survive, but they scattered. Oh no, the dog. He's probably pooping. Be back. So many distractions on this one. Are you pooping? What's the matter? I'm right here. Hi, I'm right here. Oh, okay. I see. I got you. I get you. All right. Oh, get out. camera, Mr. Toad. Can you sit for me? Okay. Gee, thanks. Sit tight, okay? Okay. 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 All right, brother. All right, pal. I'll go back to work. Grab me up. Whee! All right. All right, here you go, buddy. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hands down, the most disruptive deep dive ever. Mr. Santos was not pooping, but he did have to go potty. He had to go outside to go pee. So here I am back again. I got to get back into my mojo. Of course, now he's here. He's here with me because I didn't want to leave him alone. So he's sitting in the hallway giving me dirty looks. Did y'all hear him howling? He was like, "You better get me up and take me outside to pee. I need to go." Okay, so now that we've had a break, I think what I want to do is, yeah, I'm curious to see how Santos will react. Yeah, that's gone. It's almost like friggin' divine intervention, because whatever I was talking to or dealing with or coming, whatever was coming through is gone. Fully gone. So let's take a peek at some of these other Mary energies. Some of it's real dark. It's so weird. So, okay. Let me get back into my groove here. By the way, the she energy was coming through as blue to me, and the he energy was coming through as red. Just FYI. Okay. All right. So yeah, whatever I was just looking at, gone, fully gone. I don't know if we'll ever get back there. But there are these other actual Mary energies. So, but they're constructed, they're created, they're human made. So again, we have your divine feminine energy, which people are calling Mary, which some people may access and be like, "Oh, I'm accessing Mary," but you're not really. It's ancient. It goes way more back than that. Way more back. This is fascinating, by the way, and it's really resonating with me. But then you also have, again, like under your main heading of divine feminine, you have all these little subheadings of Marys, and they're all different. So there's like, I mean, honestly, I would say, looking at what I'm looking at, there's probably 20 different Mary energies that are human made. So it's an energy that humans created. It is it's fueled by human energy. It's fueled by human minds. It's fueled by human thoughts. It's not just sitting out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So this divine feminine is just sitting out there. It's just there. It's just a thing that's out there. Same with the masculine, same with the they energy or the Jesus energy. But there is this other stuff that it's created. So you have your created mythology, and it like made its own energy. So, I mean, this is just like when you're in a bad mood and you're just like, meh, you know, I'm in a bad mood. You're making this shitty energy, right? I mean, it's the same kind of a deal. So this other Mary stuff. So it's almost like when I was doing the Jesus deep dive, and I remember like information came through to me that said there are Jesus imposters. You got to make sure you get the right guy. It's kind of the same deal, except these aren't imposters. These are just like, again, like 20 different, give or take, Mary energies. And they're showing up to me like guitar strings. So it's kind of like, you know, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, you know. Some of them are stronger than others. Some of them are really, really dark, real nasty. I mean, like, I don't want to touch it, you know, but I mean, but it's all human made. So let's see if I can get, there's some real low Mary energy, real nasty stuff. I don't know who created that. I don't know where it's comes from. It feels real ancient. It feels really gross. Like black magic kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like where you're just like, oh, why did you decide that should be a thing? And then you have, and I don't know if this is Catholic, I don't know what this is, but it's a really restrictive Mary. So it's like, it's this energy that's really boxed in, and it's like almost like a male construct. It's almost like, that's what it feels like to me, that it wasn't this is gross. I would rather be up with the divine feminine than this crap. Yeah, like church Mary. Yeah. I mean, it's just like this little narrow box, and this is what women should be, and da 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 da. And then you also have this other Mary that's really coming through. That's probably the main Mary. Is the sorrowful mother. So that's huge. That's huge, and it sucks because this sorrowful mother energy is really, really prominent. It almost borrows or mimics the divine feminine energy, but it's like really detrimental. It's not great. It does have this mother energy to it, so it does sort of mimic. This is fascinating to me. It mimics this divine mother, this, you know, the real she energy, as it were, but it's not that. So it's almost like you can get this sorrowful mother energy and be like, oh yeah, it feels like divine feminine, great, wonderful. No, totally different, totally different. And it's a lot of this Mary energy is actually very, very, very gnarly. Especially when you compare it to this divine feminine stuff. It's real gnarly. You all right? What are you doing? What? You're not going to let me do this for too much longer, are you? Okay. Talking to the dog, not like an imaginary friend here. Let me just go give him a pet. I'll be right back. He just doesn't seem to be too happy. Hi. I love you. I'll be done soon. Can you wait a little bit? Then I'll make you a delicious lunch. You wait just a little bit, please? Good boy. Okay. So what's interesting to me is I don't need to be super focused to pick up on all this different Mary energy. It's almost like I don't want to call it a deep dive even, because the lower energy, the subheading Mary energy, it's readily available, super accessible, and it's crap. That's the God's honest truth. I don't like any of it. Divine Mother energy is the jam. That is lovely, but this stuff is bleh. Let's see what else I can get here. So, Sorrowful Mother, it's interesting though, because that's where I'm really, really being drawn to, and I think this is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, man-made Mary energy, and it really does mimic Divine Mother, but then it's got all this nasty, like, gritty stuff in it. It's got all these extra things in it where you're like, oh no, this is not right. But it does put out this kind of pushy energy of like, women should always be sad, or women should always be put upon, or women are not powerful. You know, it's real. It's got a lot of real nasty stuff in there. You know, women carry the weight of the world. Da, 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 da. It's like, you know, and it is all tied up in this like dominion over the earth energy as well. This is gnarly. Wow. But people pray mostly to this one, it seems like, Sorrowful Mother. And that's the term I got, and I don't know if that's a known term. I have no idea. I don't remember it. I mean, I remember the Sorrowful Mysteries being Catholic, right? But I don't remember, like, the Sorrowful Mother. I'm telling you, this lady is sad, sad, sad. What else do we have here? And then I'll try to get some historical stuff if I can. But, yeah, there's some real, it's like, okay, get this. So here's your middle energy, right? Here's your, not neutral, but like right smack dab in the middle. And this is just kind of regular man-made Mary energy. And then you kind of have this spectrum going, well, this feels better, and this feels very dark. So there is a lot of really weird stuff here. Really, really weird. And I mean, it's almost like a man-made perversion of divine female is what it is. It's like a perversion of this. God only knows how it got here. You know what I mean? I don't have an origin for it, but it was like, it's almost like enough people were like, this is a thing, and so the energy just sort of became this like perpetual thing that recycles itself. People are feeding this. And okay, so what's really interesting, and not that the she energy needs to be fed, it doesn't, it simply exists, that's it. But back in the day, when whatever societies I was looking at, they were feeding this, they were like, yes, this is beautiful, so it would become more and more prevalent. But with this, everybody's feeding these subheading Mary energies, and it's garbage. I hate to say this, I know people are gonna be really upset. But again, don't take this as gospel. You just gotta watch it and let it be what it is. Yeah. So, okay, so let's just cut to the chase. Let's get to Bible Mary. So again, many levels here. I mean, there are just many, some people have such a dark, dark version of Mary. It's really bizarre. I didn't even know this existed. And it's not like, oh, she's evil. But it's just like really dense. Really dense. And it really goes deep, deep, deep down into like massive, massive martyrdom. So this isn't even like Sorrowful Mary stuff. I mean, that's over here, and yes, that's martyrdom as well, but I'm moving this, by the way, it's not some creepy thing that's happening. Yeah, like suppressed, yeah. I don't know how you tell them apart. I know there's these different, I'm just hitting, it's like a xylophone. It's literally like, I feel like I'm just like boop, 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 boop. By the way, the tones have stopped. So all the wine glass stuff that I was hearing, those tones, they've stopped completely. Oh, Sandy's taking a nappy. So you might have me for a little bit longer, which is great. So the energy of Bible Mary, let's look at that a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay, but before I get into that, I will say this is, they're saying that figure out, if you're going to pray to a deity, figure out who you're really praying to. That's what they're saying. Like, figure out who you're really praying to. Figure out who you're actually talking to. Because there's not even a whole lot. Okay, they're saying there's no power in man-made constructs. There's no power. There's no power. None. You gotta find out where the real power is. They're saying there's no energy for access behind man-made deities. That's what they're saying. You can't access any energy. You're just accessing human energy, and which is fine. They're like, it's fine. It works. But if you want the real deal, if you want to transform things, then you have to go above all of that. You have to go past that. Because it's just like, it's just like dealing with regular people. I mean, I did not see any of this coming. This is wild. So they are telling me that if you want to access real power. And again, they're saying, you know, if you're accessing power for power's sake, it's just going to turn in on you. It's just going to turn in on you. It's just going to, it's going to eat you up. So you have to have this mindset that, like, you know, I want to X, and it's fine to improve your life. That's not the case. I mean, it's not about, you know, selflessness and martyrdom and all that crap. It's just like, if you want power just to be powerful, it'll just kill you. Like, it'll just eat you alive. Well, the greater good, not just for all. I mean, you can access power for the greater good for yourself, but if you want power just to be powerful, it will, they're saying it's going to turn on you, because you just won't know how to work it. You won't know how to deal with it. But they're saying, like, if you really want real change, don't mess with these man-made deities. There's no energy here. They're saying that there's no accessible energy here. There's no energy for access here. There's nothing that you can utilize in the way that the ancients did it. So, okay, so now I'm chit-chatting here. Okay, so they really want to talk about Catholic Mary. They really, really, really want to talk about Catholic Mary. So let's do it. I'm ready. I'm down. Okay, interesting. So they're telling me, and take this as you like it, they're telling me Catholic Mary, subheading Catholic Mary, that she doesn't talk to people. So they're saying that these Mary channelings, but I'm talking to the Virgin Mary, I'm talking to Mother Mary, they're like, that's not a thing. Hands down, not a thing. She does not talk to people. They're telling me she has no words. That's what they're telling me. And they're saying she's the construct of men. So, oh, whoa, oh, I just got chills. So they're saying that when you're accessing that Mary, you're not really accessing any feminine energy. Specifically the Catholic Mary. Specifically. You're not accessing anything feminine. You're accessing, this is what they're telling me, you're accessing the ghost of a man. And I don't know, I feel like that's figurative, not literal, okay? I don't feel like there's a man ghost wandering around saying, I'm Mary. You know, I don't think that's what we're looking at here. It's figurative, but they're saying you're accessing the ghost of a man. That's what you're accessing. You're not accessing anything feminine. So you're not honoring the feminine. I mean, this is nutty what they're telling me here. And again, you take it as you like it. I don't even know if I believe half the shit that comes out of my mouth during these deep dives. But certain things resonate more than others. But that's what they're telling me, is that this is specifically a male construct. And show me what else. They're showing me, what is this? What is this? What is, I don't know what this is. Kind of like a box or a grid. Oh, wow. Interesting. So they're also showing me, and this is a weird effing thing, and I'm not really on board with it personally, but they're showing me that some of this grid, box, energy, whatever this is, it was actually placed inside some of the older, quote, ancient statues of Mary that were made. There's actual, like, energy residing in there, and it's to lock you in, to block you in. They're not too happy with Catholic Mary. And they're also saying that Catholic Mary energies and sorrowful mother energies intertwine, they combine, they can also come apart. They can be two separate ones, but they can also be meshed together. Okay, I don't know what this is, but they're like, she doesn't help people. That's what they're saying. She doesn't, and they're adamant, wherever this information is coming from, adamant. She does not help people. Legitimately, straight up Catholic Mary does not help people. And wow, ooh, geez Louise, this is weird. So, and they're saying that specific construct of Mary actually drains the hearts and minds of people. That's what they're telling me. So you just asked about saints, which I happened to catch as I opened my eyes. And what I've been told is that it's that's like ghost energy. So the saint stuff, it's like ghost energy. It's not, I mean, if we're looking at like levels of energy, if you live in a house and, you know, the attic is the jam, the rooftop garden is the jam, and that's your Jesus, you know, Mary and he energy, because he doesn't have a name anymore, then ghost energy is the basement. That's basically what I'm being said. There's the saints are ghost energy. Angelic energy is completely different, and it's somewhere on the second or third story of the house. But for some reason, saint energy is ghost energy. So angelic energy is real. I'm being told it's real, and it's not. Well, okay. So it's not really a man-made construct. It's an energy frequency that's out there, that's available. Not as high as the he, she, they energy at all. But if it's there, I mean, I don't, whatever, you know, information that I'm getting here that's coming through, it's like, yeah, it's there, it's fine, you know, whatever, you know. It's not cream puff energy, but then again, what is? So, wow. So they're also showing me the Bible. And again, with that box and that grid. So they're really, really kind of saying like, it's designed to keep you in. Whoa, that's crazy. It's designed to keep you in. That's what they're saying. It's designed to keep you in. And that's all I'm getting. I mean, I can just repeat that over and over again. Maybe it'll sound more important. But so she's part of it. She's part of that design. And they're saying, like, if you really want to honor these energies, like, go with the she, go with Divine Mother, go with that. But the lower Mary stuff, they're kind of like, I'm being told this, like, don't touch it. Because it just doesn't help you, you know? So, wow. Okay, I didn't realize this was going to be so insulting. They're saying she can't make things grow. Like Divine Mother energy, she creates growth. She makes things grow. But this Mary stuff, the subheading Marys, like she can't. They're telling me like there's no growth. She can't make anything grow. Oh, my foot's asleep some more. This is the most distracted deep dive I've ever done, and it really irritates me. Sorry, guys. I hope you're still enjoying it. And I'm also getting that it's not, there's no really masquerading energies, like with that Jesus stuff. There's no imposters, but there is just these different levels of, there's this Mary here and this Mary here. It's like frets on a guitar. Now I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm here. All different Marys. Really, whoever I was just dealing with, which seems to be gone now, not happy with the Catholic Mary. So what else? Okay, can we go to Bible Mary? Let's try. Let's see. What else do we have here? Can we get anything on historical Mary? I'm currently in this bizarre variation of tree pose. Sitting tree pose, is that a thing? Yeah, the real mother, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to. So I am being shown that Divine Mother energy exists outside of this. It does not exist within this construct, within the Bible, within the stories, within Jesus's mother, within any of that. I mean, she is a mother in that all mothers are mothers. She's a divine mother in that all mothers are divine mothers. But that's as far as that goes. She was not magical. Was not a virgin birth. Sorry to tell you. But she was pure with a really good heart. I mean, she was just a good person. She was just a good person. She was young. But okay, so this lady, whoever I'm picking up, had a really good head on her shoulders. Super smart, like really smart, like probably smarter than her husband. He seems more like, like good head on his shoulders, you know, but like she was really smart. Really, really smart. I don't know if women were allowed to read back then, but she seemed to have a lot of knowledge and just like got stuff instantly. So her son was really, really smart. He was really smart. Did I say this before? Because I mean, this is like, you know, what's his name? Stephen Hawking smart. This guy was really smart. I said this before, right? She was really smart. She was real, I mean, just like, she knew stuff. She was not intuitive. She was not magical. She was not witchy. There was none of that here. She was just a good-hearted, steady person. Like solid. Like both the parents feel really solid to me too. Like really solid. Like, I mean, these are the kind of parents you want to have. These are the kind of people you want to be born to. I mean, this is like, these are good people. And they had a good amount of money. I think she actually came from more money than the husband did. But she had money. They had money. These were not dirt poor people. They were like solidly middle class. I don't know what the Bible says. I don't remember. I don't know if it says anything. But they were solidly middle class. And she was so young. Okay, but so she knew, and they're showing me this pregnancy. She was hugely pregnant, and young. I mean, I'm talking like 13, 14, 15 years old. She was young. She was a baby, but still super, super smart. Perfect skin. Like olive colored skin. Perfect skin. She kind of knew when she was pregnant. She's like, again, not witchy, not intuitive, not anything like that. But she knew, like, oh, this one's going to be special. Like, there's something about this. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know maybe she just, you know, hey, I'm pregnant. It's my first pregnancy. I feel great about it. I don't know. But she felt like it was real special. And he was a kicker. That's what I'm getting. He was a big kicker. Kicked her all the damn time. All the time. It may have actually been born breech because I keep seeing the feet. She was a nice lady. I mean, this is like super ordinary. She was a nice lady. She was very nice to people. There was nothing special about her. She was, and I'm quoting something here, she was, and I quote, an especially good Jew. So she was obviously very observant. She was actually really close to her mother. And I think the mother died when she was young. Because there's something here about the mom. Uh-oh, weird noises. Here we go again. Not the frequency noises, but just taps and stuff. You know how it gets. I think the mom died when she was young or something though. The dad had money. I'm telling you, this lady came from money. There was money here. And the dad seemed to be like really important or especially learned. I think they may have taught her to read. So I don't know if they were allowed to or what, you know, what that was, but I feel like they taught her to read. Or the dad just told her everything. She's really learned it. And I see money. I'm talking like straight up money. So she wasn't as well off when she moved out. Ooh, head rush. When she moved out of the parents' house, she wasn't as well off. And it seems like, so there's two men. There's two men here. So she fell in love with someone, and the first person she fell in love with was not the man she ended up marrying. She was young. She fell in love with somebody and just was head over heels for this guy. And the man she married was older. So I guess we're talking Joseph. He was much older than her. He wasn't the same age as her. She was really young. She may have already been pregnant when they got married. I'm not sure. But I do get the sense that may not have been his child. In actuality, that may not have been his child. Not that it was God's child, but that the other guy she was in love with may have been his child. And I get the sense that the other guy she was in love with, I think he died. So I think she was going to marry this guy, or wanted to. And he died. I think he died. He didn't abandon her. It wasn't like he screwed her and ran away. And he may not have screwed her at all. I can't really tell. It's fuzzy. It's real fuzzy. But I'm telling you, there's two men here, and one of them died. The first one died young, so she ended up going with Joseph, who's an older guy. He was older than her. Nice guy, though. I mean, I'm getting this, like, these were nice people. They were just nice people. They weren't jerks. They were kind. They were good-hearted. They wanted to do the right thing all the time. I see her surrounded by children, but they may not have all been hers. So I don't know if this is nieces and nephews. She may not have had other kids, because I see that the birth of her first child was incredibly difficult. And I think this child was born breech. So it was almost like he almost didn't make it into the world kind of a thing. And she thought it was a girl. She thought she was having a girl. She really did. She thought she was having a girl. Nice. It's just nice people. Nice lady. She wasn't the best cook. I don't know if they had people cooking for him. I don't know if she had a servant or what. But she wasn't the best cook. She did her best. When she had to cook, she did her best. But, and it's almost like, believe it or not, the husband deferred to her a lot. But not, like, when it came down to it, he was the man of the house. You know, I mean, like, and not in like a gross way, but it was like when it came down to it, you know, we're doing traditional roles, like he was the guy. But like, he deferred to her a lot, and he was right to do it. She was smarter than him. She had a really pretty singing voice too. Like, really pretty. Like, I think people like wanted her to sing. Beautiful voice. And I don't see her living in too many places. So it seems like she went from dad's house to this other house. The other house was not as fancy as the dad's house at all. But there was nothing typically special about this lady. I mean, she was just a nice lady. She was a really sweet person. But like backbone of steel. I mean, like, you did not mess with her. But she wasn't like domineering. She wasn't a jerk. She wasn't like, you know, Devil Wears Prada. She wasn't, you know, Miranda Priestley, you know what I mean? But like, she could take it. She could take whatever the world had to dish out, and she'd be fine. I'm only getting early stuff, so I'm not getting really later stuff at all. But again, and it's really contradictory, because I do see her surrounded by children, and I can't tell if they're hers or they're all hers, but I do see that this birth was a difficult birth. So I'm wondering if she was unable to have children after that. Maybe she had children before that, but she may have been unable to have children after that. She had them all real young. Really young. I mean, there was no late in life babies for her. So it was like she hit 16 or 17 or whatever, and it was like no more babies. So something happened where she did not have any more kids. She didn't just keep having kids until she hit menopause at all. And in fact, I don't know how old she ended up being. But she does have a shift. And what I'm seeing is where they were living, like what they were doing, it's like when she grew up, things were good. And then the older she got, and when she started living with her husband, the stuff around them, like society, became rowdy. Like there was civil unrest. There was a lot of unrest, actually. She didn't like it. But when she was growing up, or if maybe she lived somewhere else, is what it was. But whatever it was, way calmer. And it may just have been that her parents were shielding her from it. I'm telling you, her parents were rich. So they may just been, you know, not having to deal with a lot of nasty stuff. But when she moves in with the husband, I don't know if it's because they moved. I don't know. I can't tell. But thought we were pooping, but we're not. There's more civil unrest around her, and rowdy. And there's a lot of times where she did not want to go out of the house because it was just rowdy. This is what I'm seeing, like super rowdy. So I don't know what this is, but there were people that were, it was like a time of like societal unrest. And I get that. I sense that. They had a nice house. They had an okay house. It wasn't anything special. I'm telling you, the parents were rich. And the parents may have traveled like a lot, or the dad was well traveled, or the dad had friends in all these different places. She wasn't, so I'm telling you this is so funny, this is coming through. She wasn't some poor girl. I mean, she lost money when she moved in with her husband, who, again, much older. much older. But again, nice people, very nice people. He had a dog. So he had some kind of a dog. The dog's coming through. It was like the dog was this guy's best buddy. What was he? He was a carpenter too, right? I don't know if he was always a carpenter. Because it seems like these people, like, he comes from animals. Straight up, I get like he comes from animals, like his family had something to do with animals, and he had a dog. He had a dog, didn't like sleep in the house or anything, but this was like the dog did stuff for him or something. So I don't know if this was a dog he got from a farm. I don't know, but I'm telling you, this guy had a dog. He had a dog. And he was just a nice dude. Plain face, very plain face. She was stunning. She was actually stunning. And so her son, Jesus, he was stunning. And I told you this before, right? Didn't I say this before? He was gorgeous, right? I told you this. Yes, I did. He was absolutely gorgeous. I remember this. She was beautiful. So she's gorgeous. And then we have daddy or possible stepdaddy. I don't know which. I don't know. Plain, very plain of face, but a nice man and a very soothing speaking voice. And she had this beautiful singing voice, but then she stopped singing in her later years. She stopped singing. And she had to be very careful. And I don't know how far along I am in her life, but eventually at some point she'd be very careful because people like wanted stuff from her. And she had to kind of pick her friends carefully in a way. She had a closed group of people, and it was hard for people to get in, but she was nice to everybody. I mean, just like I said, just a nice person, not dumb by any means, didn't fall for anything stupid. She could take as much as the world gave her. I mean, she just, again, really super strong. Even at a young age, she had a real happy childhood. Very happy. And seemed to, so they went to the sea, or they lived by the sea. There's something about the sea. She either loved the sea, maybe they traveled to the sea, or the family lived there, because I do get the sense, obviously, I don't think the family lived close to where she ended up living with this, like I said, the rowdiness. But there's something about the sea. She loved the sea, or she loved to swim. Practical, but imaginative. So, she wasn't just, that's not real, no, like, but not whimsical either. I mean, she had a good imagination on her, but she wasn't like whimsical lady. I'm telling you, one of these births, so I don't know if it was just him, so she has Jesus and that's it, I can't have any more kids, or she had kids and then she had him. I'm 90% sure it's his birth that she could not have children after this. But she did not continue to have kids in perpetuity until, like I said, menopause hits. She just didn't. She stopped having kids. I don't think she stopped having sex. So there's some method of birth control here that prevented her from having children, straight up. Like, straight up, because she couldn't. I'm telling you, she could not have kids. Like, so I don't know if they told her you can't have kids, or if they were like, you're damaged, you won't have kids. So maybe that was just in and of itself birth control. But, yeah. I feel like, this is funny because she was so pretty and the family's rich and she really could have had her pick of husbands. She wanted this guy. She was in love with this guy, this kid. I mean, they were both kind of kids. She was in love with this guy. And I'm telling you, the guy died or something. So Joseph comes along and she's like, you're fine. I mean, not in this like, I'll marry whoever, I don't care. It was like they had been known to each other already. They were pals. Like, she knew him. He was a nice man. And she was like, yeah, I like you. I'll marry you. She knew she would be safe with this guy. And she knew she'd be happy with this guy. But she wasn't in love with him. Not like she was in love with this other guy. I'm telling you, there's this other guy. Just full on, I mean, call it puppy love. Call it what you want, because they were really young. But, is there anything else? Anything else? Let me see. It's so funny because I see this guy, he's like a little black dog, almost like a cattle dog or something. Steady guy, quiet. Even when people are like, because I'm telling you, there was like a bunch of like civil unrest, and people are like, we should do this, no, we should do that. He would just kind of watch everybody and like let everybody talk. He wasn't a talker. He wasn't somebody that was like, yeah, let's get him. Even when he was thinking, yeah, let's get him, he just didn't talk. Wasn't a big talker. And she was just a mom. I mean, there's nothing epic, mythical, nothing here. And I will tell you, I get nothing past when Jesus like grows up. She's just a mom. She's just being a mom. They're doing mom shit. You know what I mean? Like, she's just doing mom. And I don't get anything on crucifixion. I don't get anything post. I get nothing. It's just dead, blank, nothing. Nothing. I get everything early, but I don't get anything past that. She was just doing mom shit and raising her kids. And there was family drama. So there was drama somewhere like around when Jesus is like older, 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there. There's family drama, big family drama. I don't know what this was, but it wasn't her family. It was extended family. So I don't know if this is sister, brother, what have you, parents. I don't know. It's her family on her side of the family, but it wasn't like within her, you know, her immediate family with Joseph and the kids. But I'm telling you, like, there's drama. She had to like go tend to this drama. This is such a weird thing to come up. She had to go tend to this drama. She was like, yeah, I like, she had to go. Like, she had to go to somebody's house. She had to handle this. This is so funny. And she was like gone for a minute. So I don't know if somebody got sick. I don't know what this is, but I'm telling you, there was like big drama, and she had to go and take care of this and deal with this stuff. And she came back depleted. So whatever it was, it took a lot out of her. She came back super depleted. Like, not like take to my bed depleted, but she came back like less than, like depleted somehow. Like it just took something out of her. And she didn't have a lot of time for her kids after that. So there was some kind of like depression even. Yeah, it was like depression. And people were, you know, and like Joseph is like, yeah, everybody just leave her alone. Like, he was handling business for a while. Straight up. But she never thought, oh, I like, in a way, like I said, like, oh, I have a special kid, whatever. I mean, she kind of knew, but again, she also thought he was a girl, so there's that. But there was never, even when like stuff goes down and, you know, he's a kid and he's like really outspoken and, you know, she's like, whatever. I mean, that's just my kid. You know what I mean? There's no like momentous, you know, he's gonna do this and save the world and da-da-da, you know, like there was nothing. I mean, no angel ever came to this woman and said, you're gonna give birth to the savior of this, that, and the other. Never happened. Oh, yeah, I'm wondering if she raised the nieces and nephews actually, because like I said, I see these kids, I don't think they're all her kids, but he was outspoken as a child. Like, he just wasn't quiet. He wasn't a quiet kid. Feels like none of the kids were quiet, but she was really patient with them. Really, and I think she had to breastfeed somebody else's baby too. Because I see her breastfeeding a baby that's like not her baby. She had to breastfeed somebody else's baby. But yeah, she was just like, yeah, it's my kid. You know, like, not like, yeah, he's outspoken. He's really outspoken. I'm telling, and he had ideas, he had thoughts. He was hyper intelligent, this kid. And she knew it. But it was just like, yeah, that's what he does. You know, like, I mean, it wasn't ever this like, oh, this whole thing's coming down and it's going to be this and it's going to be that. I don't get anything really once he starts preaching and doing his thing. I don't get anything from her. Things in her house quieted down at some point. I know that because there was a lot of people there. They had a lot of people living there, and it wasn't just her and the husband and the kids. There was a lot of people living there. There were relatives, random relatives too, it seems like. So it was like, oh yeah, so-and-so's got to come stay with us for a while. You know, they took care of a lot of people. A lot of people. She really couldn't cook. I don't think it was her job. I think they had people working for them. I think they were more middle class than we realize. Because I don't see her just, you know, I'm the carpenter's wife. But again, still not nearly as rich as she was with her family. Okay. Okay, any questions? Because I'm done. That just cut off abruptly. It was like, you're done. You're done. I must be getting tired without realizing I'm getting tired. So questions, comments, what have you? I'll wait. Oh, he's probably sent away to school. Probably. That would make sense, to be honest. I just know that there's a period of time where, like, finally all these people were out of her house. Because there was a time period where people are going in and out of this lady's house, and she's just like, I mean, it was driving her nuts. So it wasn't just her and the kids, like I said. There were way more people living in this house. So when people you mean when people are seeing Mary and they're like, I've seen her. I think it's various Marys, quite frankly. I think it's you pick one on the spectrum, pick one under heading number 1. You can pick one. I don't think that it's any one that just keeps appearing over number, although it may be. But I think people are creating enough energy where they're seeing things. Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any insight on how to honor the he, she, they energy. I don't. I have nothing there. Maybe if I sit on it for a while, something will come, or maybe I can look at it again in its own separate thing. But I have nothing. I don't think there's more than 20. I mean, 20 is just kind of like, I think it's probably, give or take a little bit here, a little bit there, but 20 was kind of the number that came to me. Like, there's all these different ones, but there's a few main ones. There's like maybe 3 to 5 main ones where it's like, yes, this is the one that has more energy than the others. This is the one that's more prevalent than the others. I don't think it was an in, because I'm pretty sure she was related to all these people, or Joseph seems to be like an orphan. I don't think he came from much. He had a family, but I think it was smaller than hers, because it seems like it's all her side of the family. Maybe there was a few cousins from Joseph's side, but I feel like she was related to all of these people. Like, I'm telling you, this was like, there were times where she was just like, I want these people out of my house. Whether it was her own kids or what, she wanted them gone. Is one of the Mary Santa Muerte? I don't know. And nothing comes immediately on that at all. Like, I don't get an answer one way or another, so I don't know. Oh, is that a thing? Really? As a rule, I'm kind of anti-Joe Rogan right now, since he's, sort of endorsed Alex Jones and whatnot, but I'll check it out. That was a good one, despite all the interruptions. Isn't it funny there were so many interruptions today? Whew, a little bit tired. I don't get anything on how she died. I don't get anything past probably her 20s. It's just nothing. There's nothing there. I don't get anything. No, I mean, historical Mary, does she have the energy of the Great Month? No more than anybody else. She's not, I hate to tell you this, she's not special. Historical Mary is just a lady. Oh, thanks, Pam. Yeah, I mean, we all have this divine mother energy. We all have it. Even men have it, women have it, people that are gender fluid have it. Everybody has it, you know what I mean? It's like the little sprinkle of it in there, everybody has it. She didn't have it any more than anybody else. I just get a lady. I don't get anything special. Nothing. And there really is this curtain that comes down after about her 20s, where it was just, I just got nothing. I know there's a period of time where everybody leaves her house. And it's like she's alone with like either just her kids or just a few people or just her and Joseph or whatever. But like, that's it. That's the last thing I get from her. Is like, people are gone. I ain't having no more kids. And that's it. I get nothing else. Nothing. I don't get where she went. I don't get how she died. I don't get anything surrounding Jesus or the crucifixion. It's blank. I have nothing. The Mary that is connected to the rose. That, I don't know what you're talking about. I would have to go look it up, because I don't know. Is that it? Any more questions before I go? Any more clarifications? If I didn't get to something you already asked me, then it just went by too fast. So, I don't get a New Age Mary specifically. The ones that come out most for me is the Sorrowful Mother and the Catholic, and then there's like a darker Mary energy that I can't name. those are the three main ones that really zip out at me, 1, 2, 3, real quick. The rest, I know they're here, but I don't. Those are the three biggies. And it's weird because Sorrowful Mother and Catholic Mary are weird because it's like they kind of come together and go apart. Yeah, that's all I've got. Oh, I'm tired. So I will see you guys for Sunday brunch. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm going to go give Mr. Santos a pet. How does the birth of Jesus and the nativity scene play off as truth? Ooh, interesting question, Doreen. I don't get anything about he was born in a barn and da-da-da-da-da. I literally don't see anything there. I think that he was born breech. That's what I get. That's all I get. I'm telling you, this kid came out feet first. I know it. I know it. I don't get anything there. So maybe we'll come back. Maybe we can come back and try to do a separate reading with like specific questions that isn't necessarily a deep dive, and see where we go from there. I'm kind of interested in that. So as always, you know, take it as you will. Don't take it as gospel. God only knows where I get this information from. Oh, Mary, Queen of Heaven. And her symbol is the rose. Interesting. I'll have to look it up. To look into it. All right, I'm going to go tend to my puppy because he needs his lunch. And he hasn't pooped yet, so there's that.